it was fun to have that interview. And at the end, when the results came, I was like, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता, मुझे select कर ले. But somehow they just select. Accenture Japan pays me almost double of that offer. I actually lost my wallet in Japan, and with money, it came back to me. Like 99% perfect is not okay. 100% perfect is important. Japanese have very good holiday systems. Like they plan their holidays so that we have extended weekends every single time. Okay, audio
Hi,
check
Anushka.
down. Hi, Mohit.
So hey there, I am Mohit Purani and welcome to Tech Pravachan with Mohit. और आज हमारे साथ हैं अनुष्का, who is working at Accenture Japan. So Anushka, please tell us about yourself.
Hi everyone. So I'm Anushka. I am working with Accenture Japan, as Mohit just mentioned, and I passed out from IIT Patna in 2023. Accenture Japan basically came to our campus for placements, and yeah, I got selected. I was very happy and very tense because I had heard so many weird things about Japan. Work culture बहुत ज़्यादा hectic होता है. शायद हम लोगों को खाने का भी time नहीं मिलेगा. Maybe we won't be able to afford anything because the cost is so high here, and most of the people just reject offers to Japan because of that. So a lot of it is true, but fortunately, Accenture Japan has a very healthy work culture, so we don't worry too much about the work pressure beyond the assigned hours most of the times. And food wise, yeah, everything is expensive, but once we start budgeting, we actually save more than what we would have been saving in India. So yeah, that's about me and my job currently. And before that, when I was in college, I was doing a lot of open source related coding work. So it was on different techs like Android and VR and web as well. So yeah.
So you mentioned that Accenture came to a campus. So how many rounds are there and how was your interview experience?
So I actually wrote a Medium blog on this, and many people who sat for IIT placements this year for Accenture Japan read through it and contacted me. And what we all did was eventually they're gonna come in around November, and eventually we ended up creating a WhatsApp group with all these people, and we were exchanging information. Okay, bring these things, don't bring these things. All the trouble that we went to, this is going to be your experience. I think this is what you should expect and all these things, because we don't know that much about the country. Even now, I don't know so much about Japan. Even living here for almost 1 year, right? So yeah, that's about it. Like there were around one technical round where we had to solve a few coding questions and give basic computer related questions answer, like networking, SQL, etc. Then we had three soft skill rounds. We got applied for business analyst role. Even digital analyst people also had 3 rounds, and every time we would be removed or called in. And there were questions about the work culture in Japan, whether you would be able to settle in here, how long do you plan on staying, do you have experience working with other foreigner people, do you have experience working with other country people, what is the work style, what kind of projects you worked on, or how did you solve particular problems that arose in your college or in your projects, and all these things, right? So I have mostly created this one Medium blog, which I would definitely ask someone to check out if they really want to know what the questions were. So yeah, that's about it. And the last round was with the, I think, managing director, and we actually started talking about an anime movie. And yes, it was very chilled out. It was fun to have that interview. And at the end, when the results came, I was like, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता, मुझे select कर ले. But somehow they just selected me. And I heard that this was a case for many people. They were like just chilled out and giving the interviews, and they got selected. And a lot of the other people also had a different job offer in hand. For example, I was selected for adverb, and the option was either I could go for adverb, and it was a pretty decent CTC. Like it was a good company as well in Gurgaon. It was robotics based. So the offer was pretty good, but monetarily and in every other way, Accenture Japan is still providing us with resources to learn Japanese. I can speak a lot of Japanese. We have to speak and understand a little Japanese to even survive here. So yes, those are the things.
You mentioned that you leave one offer. So does the Accenture Japan gives you more than that offer?
I think Accenture Japan pays me almost double of that offer. And for the first year, though, definitely double, but in general, it pays me close to 1.5x to 2x more. And also, the work life like balance is really good here. I interacted with a few seniors who had gotten placed earlier, and they said that actually you don't have to work all the 8 hours. You can like just sit and see your problems. What are you facing in your work currently? There's an open communication atmosphere. We are assigned managers who directly look into whether we are growing in our role or not. And yeah, it's slow, but overall there's a like decent curve of growth and people are doing okay, right? The greatest part would be the exposure that we are getting. Like there are so many talented people who came from across IITs and we interact with them. And apart from that, we get to interact with such multinational clients. Like a part of the role is consultancy based and a part of it is technical based. So like I'm working with a multinational client who has offices in like 7 to 8 countries. I don't think I could have done that just off the bat from college in India, unless I did an MBA or something like that. So it has been really fun so far in those aspects. And of course, Japan and Tokyo are so beautiful. It's very safe also. Like I can go out at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning and it's perfectly safe. Nothing's gonna happen to me at all. I actually lost my wallet in Japan and with money, it came back to me. Like there was a letter which came into my mail, and we don't usually get mail in India, right? For different things, you just get an email. So I found it much later, and I went to another district. There, I saw that all my cards, including all the cash I had in my wallet and everything, was there at the police station. And like they just said, please count your cash and check if it's your wallet. And yeah, I didn't know that much Japanese back then. So it was even more tougher to like trace where the wallet probably went. Yeah. So that also happened.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, can you put some more light on the working culture of Accenture Japan?
See, so there are two aspects of it. One is working culture in Japan depends a lot on your company and your project. Like in Accenture Japan, I have friends who work overtime till 9 p.m. sometimes and have 5 days office, as well as some people who have complete work from home and they don't have to go to office at all during their project session. I personally have a 3 day, most of the people in fact have a 3 day work from office and 2 days work from home. And some of the people have 5 days work from office as well. So it totally depends on the project that you were assigned to. And yeah, that's about it for Accenture Japan. And for other Japanese firms also, I think for firms who take in other country people, they are very particular about the time that you come in. For example, I have to text my manager on Teams that okay, I was 3 minutes late because the train was 3 minutes late, and I have to be in office by 9:00, preferably 9:01. 9:02 is also late, so I have to be at my desk, not in the by 9, right? So in India, it's like 9:15 is okay, 9:05 is also okay, right? But yeah, they're very strict about the timing. They come on time, they leave on time. Sometimes they leave 5 minutes late or like work 10 minutes extra as well. But they don't ever say that why are you working so much, or like in India, they will promote you to work until 7:30 if possible. But here they are like, okay, it's 6 and you came at 9 and it's your work hours are over, so you can leave. We can do the work tomorrow during the assigned duration. So there's a lot of very strict work hour management scheduling in Japan. And yeah, like I see people working very hard. Like Japanese people are very perfectionist and very hard. They would point out even like if your orientation of the words are not correct, and they would ensure that it's 99% perfect is not okay. 100% perfect is important, right?
एक कहावत है जापान के बारे में कि अगर मेट्रो लेट हो जाती है तो जो मेट्रो में काम करने वाले होते हैं वो आके वो माफी मांगते हैं, क्या ये सही है?
No, nothing is late ever. Like if Google Maps says it's going to take you 47 minutes, walking wala time तुम different कर सकते हो, but the metro time is to the point. If it says 12:32, it will come at 12:32. If it says it's going to take 41 minutes, it's going to take 41 minutes. Maximum delay would be a minute or 2 minutes, and that's good because a lot of the times the commute is like 1 hour long. If the trains are very like even a little late, you would have to wait longer and we will reach office at like 9:10 or 9:15, and then we would have to like sit down and listen to our boss telling us ki ab kyun late ho. I have never gotten an apology for getting the train late, but yeah, the service staff here is very, very polite. For example, if you go into the outlets, they would bow and they would say, please come in, guest, like honorable guest person, please come in. And thank you so much for shopping with us and all these things. And it's like a script after a point that you expect that to happen. And yeah, they are very, very professional and very, very polite when dealing with anyone, whether no matter what race they are from. Okay. And we got delay cards for metros in case they are late. Like we get to show that to our boss that the metro was, let's say, 5 minutes or 8 minutes late or 20 minutes late. And that's why we are allowed to come late to our work.
What were your initial impression of Japanese culture when you first arrived in Japan?
It's so clean. Everything is so pretty. Till date, I feel that like once we arrived on the Haneda airport, all the machines, like the construction machines, were also without any dust almost, and people were wearing masks even without COVID, just so it doesn't feel too wrong if you are talking to the customer or the like passenger too many times. And in case you have bad breath or something, they don't feel bad. I don't know why, but they just prefer wearing gloves and masks while dealing with everything. Then it was very confusing because everything is written in Japanese, right? So we were always going through things and checking if some of the food ingredients have pork in it or beef in it. Or I don't personally eat pork or beef. Some of the people do eat pork, definitely. So I'm very like, okay, does it have this particular ingredient in it? Does it have chicken? I have allergies from chicken sometimes. Does it have shrimp? So we would literally pick up at food and I will check, okay, food, does it have this in it? It's very difficult to be a vegetarian in Japan. Very, very difficult because the bread also has eggs. So yeah, till a learning curve, but the more you learn the language, the easier it gets to deal with the surroundings. So it's good in that sense.
What is your favorite food there?
Onigiri, these tiny rice balls, they are like lifesavers. Like sometimes we don't cook in the morning, we don't have that much time. We just go into the 7-Eleven, Family Mart, or these convenient stores and we get onigiri. And these onigiris are also veg, so they have these mushroom flavored ones or like beans flavored ones. I like eating those. Then we have some like chicken fries. I like those as well. So combinés are great. I like everything in the combinés. And then there's Ichiran ramen. The ramen is really, really good, but they usually use pork in it. So I just ask them to remove the pork from it usually. Yeah. It's difficult if you don't eat pork in Japan. Everything is pork.
रामेन जो तो इंडिया में मिलता है वही वाला कितना आता है?
नो 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 नो, मतलब रामेन ना, कैसे समझाऊं मैं तुम्हें, बहुत ऐसे राइस नूड, यहाँ के जितने नूडल्स होते हैं वो व्हीट से नहीं बनते हैं, वो राइस से बनते हैं. एंड राइस नूडल्स जितने भी होते हैं बहुत पतले होते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा पतले होते हैं. उसको फिर मतलब कट करके बनाते हैं ये लोग, जो भी मसाले अपने डाल के, और खाना एकदम फीका होता है. यहाँ का स्पाइस होता ही नहीं है, सब चीज मीठी होती है. बस एक जगह है कोको करी करके, आई थिंक इंडिया में भी अब आ गया है कोको करी. सो कोको करी में बस तुम ऐसे अगर बहुत ज्यादा स्पाइसी खाना चाहो तो तुम्हारा जीभ जल जाएगा, इतना ज्यादा स्पाइसी होता है वो. बाकी तो एकदम ही फीका, एकदम मतलब प्लेन खाना खाते हैं. और इतना चलते हैं, पीपल आर वॉकिंग ऑल द टाइम. मतलब आराम से दिन का मैं ऐसे मान लो 2-3 किलोमीटर चल लेती हूँ अगर ऑफिस जा रही हूँ तो, आराम से. अब 1 किलोमीटर फील भी नहीं होता कि यार 1 किलोमीटर ना, 1 किलोमीटर तो चलना है, चलो. इतना ज्यादा अब हो गया इसका आदत.
इसलिए जापान के लोग ज्यादा जीते हैं.
आई थिंक जापान के लोग इसलिए भी ज्यादा जीते हैं क्योंकि यहाँ लोग, मतलब कल ही हम लोग बाहर घूमने गए थे, लोग 6:30 बजे दुकानें बंद कर देते हैं, 11 बजे ओपन करते हैं सुबह में, और रात को 8:30-9 बजे तक सब बंद हो जाता है. इवन बड़े बड़े स्टोर्स, मॉल्स, आउटलेट भी 9 बजे तक बंद हो जाती है. लोग सोने चले जाते हैं 10 बजे तक, क्योंकि उन्हें 6 बजे उठना है, उठ के रेडी होके खाना खा के ऑफिस के लिए 7 बजे तक निकलना है ज्यादातर लोग, 7 से 8 बजे तक. तो दे आर वेरी पर्टिकुलर अबाउट, मतलब ये सब सोना हो गया या फिर मतलब खाना पीना हो गया. खाने की रिस्ट्रिक्शंस बहुत स्ट्रांग है यहाँ पे. सारे लोग ही कन्वीनियंट स्टोर से खा रहे हैं, तो जापानीज गवर्नमेंट काफी कंट्रोल करके रखती है कि क्या डाल रहे हैं ये लोग खाने में, इज इट सेफ फॉर ह्यूमंस टू कंज्यूम, ये सब. तो लॉज बहुत स्ट्रांग है, बहुत बहुत स्ट्रांग है, और लोग खराब कुछ करते ही नहीं है. मतलब इंडिया में क्या होगा कि अगर घर के बाहर कुछ रखा है या फिर फ्लावर्स, पॉन्ड्स वगैरह भी रखे हैं तो लोग तोड़ के ले जा सकते हैं तुम्हारे फूल पौधे या जो भी. यहाँ पे फार्म लैंड में ऐसे सामने सामने पूरे गुच्छे-गुच्छे ऑरेंजेस झूल रहे हैं, कोई टच भी नहीं कर सकता। वहाँ पे प्रॉपर फाइन्स है कि 5,000 येन का फाइन लग सकता है तुम पे, या जो भी मतलब पुलिस केस हो सकता है थोड़ा बहुत। और लोग उतना पता नहीं, बहुत मॉरलिस्टिक लोग हैं यहाँ पे ये सब मामले में। पर बहुत एंटी सोशल भी है कि अगर अगर ड्रिंक कर रहे हैं सिर्फ़ तभी प्रॉपर्ली ओपन अप होते हैं, वरना बहुत क्लोज़्ड और कंप्रेस्ड और फॉर्मल ऐसा।
एज ए एनालिस्ट आपका काम क्या रहता है?
अगेन इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट। काफ़ी लोग जावा पे काम करते हैं, काफ़ी लोग क्लाउड वगैरह पे काम करते हैं।
हम्म,
अ लॉट ऑफ द पीपल वर्क ऑन एसएपी, जैसे मेरा पहले इनिशियली काम था वर्कडे और ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज़ रिलेटेड इंटीग्रेशन करना क्लाइंट सॉफ्टवेयर्स में। अब मेरा काम आ गया है
हम्म,
कि एसएपी एनालिटिक्स यूज़ करके जो भी एचआर टेक का डेटा है, उसको फ़िल्टर आउट करना, या मतलब रिपोर्ट्स क्रिएट करना, एंड देन हैंडलिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स में क्या चल रहा है, क्या चेंजेस है, क्या नए चेंजेस हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं ताकि क्लाइंट उसको मतलब अडैप्ट करना स्टार्ट कर सके। मोबाइल इंटीग्रेशन हो गया, ऐप इंटीग्रेशन हो गया। सो इट टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन कि तुम्हें क्या असाइन हो रहा है, या ट्रेनिंग पीरियड के बाद तुमने कितना अच्छे से ट्रेनिंग में परफॉर्म किया, और उसके अकॉर्डिंग दे असाइन अ डिफरेंट टास्क।
What advice would you give to someone like who is considering moving to Japan for a particular in IT?
Okay, so usually there are two fields in IT that people move towards.
Mm,
One is ये SAP and tech consulting related हो गया. So getting more
mm,
certifications, performing well in trainings is really good for that field. Another is the one that is, I personally think, much more rewarding बिकॉज़ उसमें अपर लिमिट होती नहीं है। फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल बैक एंड इंजीनियर्स हो गए, फ्रंट एंड इंजीनियर्स हो गए, एंड्रॉयड इंजीनियर्स हो गए, क्रिप्टो इंजीनियर्स हो गए। दे हैव अ वेरी हाई चांस ऑफ बीइंग सेलेक्टेड or being wanted by Japanese companies because the young people do not have as much technical skills as they would want from young people here, right? A great advice would be to have a very good understanding of your technical, like जो भी तुम्हें आता है, of those things, and if feasible get a Japanese certification as an N4, N5, N3 कहते हैं हम लोग यहाँ पे, N5 being the
mm.
lowest. So Japanese language certifications लेना is a good idea. They prefer someone with a higher Japanese ability ताकि क्योंकि उन्हें फिर उनको train नहीं करना पड़ता अलग से, and also to ensure that your offer is good. See, you will get a lot of money only if you actually negotiate to get that amount of money. Otherwise, like my salary is just like it will just cut through. It's good in INR, but if you live in Japan alone, even then it will just cut through. कि बस थोड़ा बहुत बचा पा रहे हो after basic spending. So ensure that you're getting paid appropriately. Don't just like come here and then regret कि यार मैं पैसे भी नहीं कमा रहा हूँ, सारा काम मुझे खुद से करना पड़ रहा है, तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है अपस्किल करने का उतना ज़्यादा। Yeah, it's a very slow economy, so you grow very slowly. Like India में you have, if you crack into a product base or like any firm, you keep switching jobs 1 year, 2 year later. In Japan, you're supposed to have a job for a 5 to 6 year period, or like 4 to 5 year period. You're supposed to stay at the same company. Okay. Otherwise, the other firm who are looking at you as your like resume, they consider that you probably won't stay at their firm also, right? So
Mm.
having a longer job duration is good for, so be very particular about the company that you are choosing, whether they are a good company or not. Otherwise, you will end up having to move back to India as well. A lot of people move back to India for many reasons. India is very close by, so people definitely go there at least once or twice a year usually. And yeah, Japanese have very good holiday systems. Like they plan their holidays so that we have extended weekends every single time. Like दिवाली ऐसे वेडनेसडे को पड़ गई और हमें बाकी की छुट्टियां नहीं मिल रही, ऐसे नहीं करते। वो कहते हैं अच्छा दिवाली वेडनेसडे को पड़ रही है, नहीं, उस बार हम लोग वेडनेसडे की जगह मंडे को सेलिब्रेट करेंगे ताकि ये पूरा पीरियड हमें मिल जाए, एंड देन पीपल कैन टेक लीव ऑफ 3 more days, एंड देन दे कैन गेट द फ्राइडे सैटरडे संडे छुट्टी ऑल्सो। सो दे हैव गुड,
Oh,
वेरी गुड कैलकुलेशंस अबाउट दिस।
मतलब अपने एम्प्लॉयज का बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं।
हाँ, इवन हमें एक्सेंचर जापान मैंडेटरी हेल्थ केयर, दे गिव अस पॉइंट्स दैट वी कैन रिडीम ऑन अमेज़न, और
हम्म,
हमें पूरा हेल्थ चेकअप कराने के लिए पे करता है कि ईयरली एक बार आप जाके डॉक्टर को अपनी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स दिखाओगे, एंड द डॉक्टर विल ग्रेड कि आपको मतलब ये प्रॉब्लम्स है कि नहीं, एंड दे वांट द एम्प्लॉय टू वर्क रियली हार्ड, राइट, एंड दे वांट द
हम्म,
एम्प्लॉय टू work 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours sometimes. So they want them to be in good health so that they can keep working hard. Overall, it's very different from India. Very different. Sometimes I'm so sad कि यार मैं इंडिया से इतना दूर रह रही हूँ, इतना मतलब culturally it's very different. and बहुत lonely feel होता है if not for the friends I have here at Accenture Japan, or like different people that I know. So a really good advice to someone moving to work in Japan would be make friends. Make friends who are Indian, or make friends who are like interested in the same things that you do. Make good connections, not just okay, can we hang out together, but like really good connections who can stand beside you, because you do not have too many people to rely on in a very foreign country. So these are the basic advices I'll give to anyone moving for work anywhere else as well. And apart from that, yeah, Japan's pretty nice, I'd say. It's not very polluted, or like I don't have to worry about my health too much. It's just a bit expensive, so that's sad. Yeah, rest, just have fun in case you get here in Japan, because it's like pretty nice place to be in your youth, or like the early middle ages. Yeah.
So that's it. Huge thanks to Anushka for sharing such valuable insights. Pleasure meeting to you and pleasure talking to you.
Thanks, Mohit.